Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is Monday night. Monday night means 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons here with all my good friends as they are currently in the process of destroying every creature that I can put in front of them for some reason. So, unfortunately, we're going to have to make this a little bit tougher episode. So, they were out at the bell tower trying to retrieve some black mushrooms when they were rudely interrupted by a bone naga that had come out of the ruins of the bell tower and attacked them. Didn't end up doing much other than kind of just scared them a little bit, I think. So you're basically standing here still at the base of the bell tower, and I should mention we've got a new player starting tonight. One of our good players from our Wednesday night group, Daniel, has come over to Monday night because our Wednesday night group has disbanded. So Daniel was kind enough to come over to our Monday night group to add his D&D expertise to this group because Lord knows they need it. Well, everyone, how's it going? It's been a whole week this time. We didn't get a short session in, so hopefully everybody remembers what we're doing.
Ready to go, I think.
Yep.
Looking for more mushrooms.
All right. So why don't you guys go ahead and give me some more of those investigation checks you guys are so good at.
Well, I first want to whip out my warhammer and crush the bone skull of this naga thing.
It's more accurate than a bow.
Well, for crushing it is, yeah. I don't know much about them, but I figured crushing a skull gives me less to worry about.
That is true.
It's not a bad idea. I'll kick it a couple times.
Yeah, it reanimated once, it reanimated maybe another time. But she spent some time actually crushing it up, and you can see that after a few minutes of just beating it down a little bit, most of it's been crushed into little pieces, and it doesn't look like it's going to bother you much anymore,
Nice.
Unfortunately.
But since we cleared it out, I'll investigate the ruins.
Okay. So, Daroga is lost out in the wilderness. He has no idea where he is, what he's doing at this point. He rolled a natural 1, and he's got a -1 to his skills, so he gets a big 0.
All right. Hey, I found my share. I kind of gave up.
Hey, this is AD&D, right? Negative is good.
Yeah, 0 is
Drogo went for a leak. He got distracted.
Yeah, obviously. Dathir, if you want to give me a
Absolutely. Investigation.
investigation check there. I should also mention, while we got some downtime, we got another new player that's going to be starting with us next week. His name is Drew. He's actually on tonight. He's watching. He was unable to get his character quite up to ready specs here, and thought it would be just best to watch and kind of see how everything operates and see if he really wants to join this group, I guess, or not. I've kind of been debating about that. After some more time here as you guys are kind of looking around the different areas. Oswald, you found a couple here. You found another one. And Kamali, you end up finding a couple more there, over there underneath those trees there.
How many total did we need again?
2 dozen, wasn't it?
We need 2 dozen.
Oh, yeah.
24.
So we're still 6 short.
Okay.
Dan, did you drop again?
Yeah, I can't. The dice were just invisible, and I wasn't seeing the rolls, so I was going to try and rejoin.
Okay.
Well, if we're rolling that.
You
Oh, if we rolled in the tower, yeah.
shouldn't see the rolls because they're rolling in the tower.
Right.
You might see dice roll around, but it's actually just shadow dice. so
Yeah,
the
I wasn't
GM
sure.
can only see it.
Yes. Um, Detheer, you actually in the rubble, kind of now that the kind of up here where all these bones and rocks are, where the dark black ink is.
Mhm.
After the creature kind of came out and kind of left an opening in there, you can kind of see that there looks to be some more bones, kind of still encased in the rubble there.
What's the nature of the bones? Big bones, little bones.
Um, you see a variety actually. A couple bigger bones. You do end up actually give me a perception check to see what you actually see there. You actually see some skulls, actually, like humanoid skulls. So you think most of the bones are probably humanoid sizes or maybe smaller. Probably you figure maybe kind of looks like maybe this Naga's nest. Maybe he had you know creatures there that he had brought back and were
Mhm.
keeping them there. As you kind of give me another investigation check, but you can kind of see there's a few kind of items in there. Really, some old weathered rope, some old sacks, and you try to actually pull the sacks out, and they basically just tear and just fall apart. But as you're kind of investigating through, you grab another what looks like a sack or something, and kind of pull on it, and it pulls out, and you can actually it's a cloak, and for as much time as it's probably been out here in the wilderness, it looks like it's in really good shape. In fact, as you kind of touch it, it like looks like it's magical.
Awesome.
You get some kind of a magical essence about it.
All right. Well, I will pick that up and share with the party that I found something potentially interesting.
All right. So
Hey guys, I found treasure.
Nice. Zips up. Droga, come on over.
there you go.
If he says that, I'm gonna uh, turn around and look at the surrounding forest and make a perception check of if anything comes running.
You don't actually see anything.
All right.
Do we have any way of telling what this thing is?
You can, yes. Remember the rules with fifth edition is basically you just spend a little bit of time with it to kind of,
Oh,
um, kind of analyze it and figure out what it can do and stuff like that. So
Is identification tied to a specific skill in 5e?
say that again.
Is identification tied to a specific skill at all in 5e, or is it just
No,
a
it's just
flat out
it's
study
just
it?
a flat out.
Oh, that's cool.
Anytime during a short rest, you can
Uh.
basically spend time attuning yourself to a magical item.
Okay, well that works. I'll
There
just hold on
are
to it until
items.
we. Sorry.
No, that's right. There are items like artifacts and stuff that are still magical that, under DM's discretion, you might not be able to figure out
Mm.
what's going on with them because they're just too powerful and stuff like that. But, I mean, your normal average, everyday items, you shouldn't have any problem figuring out what they do. With potions, basically all you have to do with the potion is dip your finger in, and you basically just taste the potion, and you
Mm.
can identify what it does through that.
Cool.
So it doesn't like ruin the potion or anything, but
Okay, well I'll just hold on to it then until we get a chance to take a better look at it.
all right. So you guys are still kind of scouting around the area. It's probably been another, I don't know, another good hour or so, as you're kind of scouting around the area. You're kind of really running out of areas to look for these mushrooms, and you kind of sit down to take a rest and just kind of talk with one another and say, Did you look over here? Did you check under here? Type thing. You got about what did you got? About 20 mushrooms or so?
Mm-hmm.
We got
Okay.
18.
18. Okay. She had mentioned to you that she would like a good couple dozen, but get whatever you can and bring them back. Um, and so kind of as you're talking and stuff like this, kind of out of the bushes, kind of down at the base of the hill, you see a figure kind of walking up towards the tower.
Anything more specific than a figure, or is it close enough that we can identify race or its nature in any way?
You just see it's a human, kind of covered up in a cloak and stuff, and he's kind of walking up the pathway, kind of up towards the tower, kind of nonchalant. He's kind of watching you guys, what you're doing and stuff. He's staying about a good 100 feet away as he's kind of walking up towards the tower, looking to see what you guys are doing.
I'll move around here and take cover.
Yeah, I'm on the other side of the tower, so I'm not sure.
Okay.
Shouldn't we see who this is, or maybe he knows where the mushrooms are, or where more mushrooms are?
Go say hi, big guy.
I'm going to say hi. It's down
Maybe
here.
I will.
What?
Yeah. He goes down with the cleric.
It's a minion of the Naga. Attack it!
You don't want to take any unnecessary risks.
Not with our luck.
Who goes there?
Alright, so now that you're a little bit closer, you can see that he's wearing like a mask, not as good as the one that's in the token, just like a wooden mask. And he looks old, and as you say that, he replies, I'm traveling. That's what it looks like you're doing as well. And then he kind of like, he's looking over at the Naga and just staring at it.
It's awfully dangerous to be traveling alone, isn't it?
He'll reply and say, not when you're one with the trees and nature itself. It protects me, keeps me safe. And I'm not really alone ever. And he's just kind of sauntering around, looking like under the trees. He's kind of like distracted, not paying attention to you too much.
He seems friendly. I'll come out from my hiding place.
I give a shifty glare.
More
towards
guys.
Rogan.
You get a what, sorry?
Aha, Daniel! They fell for a trap. Let's get them. Oh,
Rogan's
Yeah.
just the big guy standing next to the cleric, like backing him up,
Didn't
scowling like,
Wait.
"Don't cause trouble."
So he'll look up and kind of confused as a third person just appeared out of nowhere, and he'll kind of ask, you haven't happened to seen any mushrooms around here, would you?
We are gathering the mushrooms. What use do you have for them?
Alright, so now he's just kind of like staring at you, and he says, show them to me.
I think not.
And now he's getting a little angry and like, who said that exactly?
The cleric.
Alright.
Yeah.
He gets in your face, and you can clearly see he's like pretty old and frail. You could probably beat him in a fist fight. And he says, you do not understand. You must show them to me now.
Why?
I need them.
For what purpose do you need them?
My brew. I've traveled, I don't even know how long. I'm all the way from the swamps of Waterdeep. I need them. I came them here for them.
So
You're
what's this
a
brew
long
you
way
mentioned?
from Waterdeep.
You yell from the bell tower.
Yes.
So
Don't mind
what's
him.
This, what's
He's
this
a bad
brew
shot.
you mentioned?
You couldn't possibly understand.
Droga asks, "Why don't you just tell us what you're brewing?" If
A
you want
potion
them. Potion
To cure-
for what?
to cure what ails us all. The demons and the spirits that haunt our minds.
You're making beer?
Well, first off,
That's pretty vague.
I think I know this holy drink you speak of. My dwarven kind are accustomed to it.
Sounds like he likes to drink too much.
It's
Have you met our rogue friend?
This isn't cider he's talking about, but listen, you asked for us to show them to you, and you're claiming you have a reason to take them. So no, you're not going to see them, especially not the ones I have, and we have them for a reason. So too bad.
Well, to clarify a little, there are potentially lives at stake. We've come to find these for a reason, and an associate life may be in the balance if we don't return these.
Yeah,
So
this
one-
is kind of life and death for
Well
us
said,
also.
Bard.
So
but my brew, it could save many people. The only reason you hate is the spirits that haunt you.
Well, why don't you come with us, and perhaps the person we're delivering them to won't need all of them.
I suppose.
How many would you need?
Perhaps I would need plenty because I'm not going to walk back here if I need more experiments. So I would say 30.
Experiments.
You may be a little bit short. We weren't able to find that many in the entire area. Unless perhaps you're more adept at locating them than we are.
I do not sense them nearby. They are all dead as you picked them.
I guess you have to come with us.
Well, this will be short term because I have to get back. I can't leave
Yep.
my.
You'll probably die, old man.
Oh my
Darabusha
God.
tell us to be afraid of a man in a mask?
Do you know the lady? What's her name? Bush?
Darabusha was the one in the city that told us to come up here, and then
Who's the witch?
Gladris is the lady who asked us to come get these mushrooms.
Lady G.
Do you happen to know her? Who sent us here?
No, I would not. I'm not from here.
But being from Waterdeep, you'd probably be a better job of handling the owlbears that we've run across.
I do not conflict with nature, and nature does not conflict with me. I would not know.
You mentioned brewing potions. Would there be any chance that perhaps using these mushrooms you could brew a potion that would ward against a person being turned into stone?
I do not know of such a potion.
Yep, then these mushrooms aren't for you.
Mushrooms.
Let's head on back to Lady Gladris.
Yeah.
I don't
Join us or
think we
not,
can
we gotta
deprive
go.
the beautiful lady of her shrooms.
So, just to keep everyone kind of on the same page
Deal's a
here,
deal.
you guys are currently just north of the river inside the circle with the X, which is about a day's journey north from where Lady Gladris' cottage is located.
Let's not tell this new guy the password and have the guard ogre ask him the password.
Yeah. Let the ogre
It's
get
the
another
pic-
laugh, eh?
How he does pixies, yeah.
What are you talking about over there?
So, what is your game plan here, folks? It's about
That'll probably get going.
it's
Right.
about 3 o'clock or so in the afternoon. So it's probably about 4:30, maybe 5 o'clock ish. Probably have about a good 3-4 hours of traveling time if you
Well-
want to start heading back, or if you just want to rest here.
In that case, since you've came so far, and I'm not so sure if I trust your, they're all dead, skills. We have something here that we can kind of camp in. We're not going to make it all the way tonight. Let's keep looking around here for more because we still didn't technically get enough for us, but we might find more. Well, and then camp here.
Are you certain you'd like to camp in the Naga's Nest?
Well, if the wildlife around here knows the Naga is here, I don't think we'd get too much trouble from them.
See your logic.
Sound reasoning, yeah.
All right. The dwarf with a plan.
I've given you inspiration there, Oswald.
Ooh, nice. It fits
Because
very well.
that is a very good point. If any of the wildlife or any of the locals know that this thing is here, they might stay clear of this area. So,
Safety.
all right. So you're going to camp kind of here for the evening, and you're going to spend some time looking around some more. If you guys want to, you probably could spend a couple more, 3, 4 more good hours. So if you want to give me 2 more investigation checks to see if you find anything as the hours are dwindling by.
All right, so there's still shadow dice. Do I have to do something to?
No,
No,
they're
that's us
supposed
rolling.
to be. They're hidden checks. So if you drop them on the tower in the
Oh,
bottom
okay.
right,
So
they're
no
hidden
one can
checks.
see them.
Nope.
Except for the
Nope, no
GM.
one to the DM.
Okay. All right.
Yes, I can see them.
DM sees all.
Bah.
See, that's kind of why you want to put it in the shadow so we don't laugh at you for rolling the 1. In the
okay,
bottom
so-
right, you see like a little castle with battlements.
Yeah.
Yeah, just drop
If
your
you
dice.
drag your, any roll that you want to do, if you drag that over there, it'll roll in the tower so that he only he sees
Oh, all right. That's why you're saying tower. I wasn't sure if you meant the bell tower.
it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
The little castle in the bottom right-hand corner.
Yeah, I got
That's
that.
right. Your Knights group was running it on like
Roll 20.
That's it. Gotcha.
The little
Just
difference.
bosses.
Vocabulary change.
Well, it's a good thing this was in combat. You rolled 2, 10, 15, 12, 19, 1, 1, 8.
Hey, you'll fit in just right.
Wow.
Lots of 1s and a crit.
Jeez. So as the evening hours approach, it is time to try to figure out what you're going to do for the location you're going to currently be staying at. I'm assuming you guys are just going to stay inside the tower there.
Yeah. Did we have any luck with our investigations for more fungal goodness?
You did not find any more, no.
Right.
Is it cold? Should we be trying to get some fire going or something?
It is pretty cold. It's going to get down into the, pretty 30s, 40s. So unless you got some way to keep you warm, and I think, I can't remember if it was this group or the Tuesday group, but like nobody had blankets, tents,
That
or
was
anything.
us.
That was you guys.
'Cause-
Okay.
Well,
Tents.
it's we all took the standard backpacks
Right,
for like explorers.
right.
That's weird.
Tents are
That's
for
right.
gnomes.
Yeah.
Apparently in 5th edition you don't need a tent. They don't exist.
So, are you going to gather some supplies and
Yeah,
have a fire and
Droga
stuff?
would gather some firewood if he has the time, yeah.
I can magically
Anyone
spark
wanna help?
the fire off. If I'll help him, and then I can.
Yep, I
magically
can help too.
light the
Get
fire.
some wood for the night.
Yeah, you guys don't have any problems getting any wood or anything. You can
Perhaps our rogue could manage to hit something edible with his bow.
Well, I'm able to, if I have time.
All right, so you
Yeah,
see,
that's-
you see Tukbog actually just eating some pink berry, or one pink berry, while he's just sitting against the statue.
Right.
Yeah, I can forage to feed up to 5 people a day, as long as the area provides it.
We've got rations to use too if we need
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
Said,
Yeah, I got lots of rations. I do our normal watch, or
Normal order. Do we? I don't know if we want to trust our new friend here to stand watch or not yet.
yeah, I'm thinking not.
I
The old
agree.
man, the old man fall asleep anyway.
He really wants these mushrooms, and we
Uh,
really need them.
Oh, interesting. You don't trust me, huh? Do I look like a bad man to you? As he looks with his like voodoo-looking mask.
Yeah.
Yeah. He
After
says,
Batman is
getting
not
enough-
at all.
is different than a desperate man, and
Yeah.
you came a long way just for these. So
He reaches into his a pouch and he pulls out like a red kind of frog-looking thing and just like squishes it and it turns into a flame. And you see he's like trying to warm himself with it.
Just start our fire with that. As Droga struggles with his flint and
I was gonna say I can
I have a-
light
I have
that
a-
for you there. Yeah, let's.
I'm pretty sure I have a tinderbox.
There you go.
yeah, I got one.
Fire started.
I'm assuming your fire is going to be in this location here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Fortunately, you do have about 20-foot tall stone walls there, which are keeping the wind out. And with the fire going, it can kind of heat it. You know, it's actually a really good idea to actually spend the night here in this location, unless of course something happens and you all die. But at
But
this
also-
point, it sounds like a really good idea.
I'll also, before it gets too dark, gather some brush and stuff if I can, and make kind of a makeshift barrier across the door to keep the light in and the wind out.
Smart.
All right. Why don't you give me a? Are you trained in survival?
Yes.
Like, oh, nice.
All right. Why don't you give me a check? And
What is your survival?
+2. That's right. You can assist for what is it? A plus whatever, isn't it? Can't you? Or
Advantage.
one person can assist another. Yeah, for advantage. Yeah.
Oh,
If you
I
can
would
make
have
sense of
assisted
it.
you.
And I suppose if you're more proficient than me, I would probably assist you.
Yeah,
Oh, I got a
whoever
+2
has
as
a
well.
it's
Oh, okay.
whoever has a higher modifier gets roll with advantage.
But I believe you need to be trained in that skill.
Mm-hmm. We both are.
Okay. That's cool. All right. Why don't you go ahead and give me advantage then? So you rolled an 8 there.
Roll another.
Yeah, just roll another one there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Wow. 6-1.
Nice.
And I stab myself with a branch and fall in the
Yeah,
So you got a
get
little
some
bit of
halfway
brush, but it's obviously
set. We're looking at it, scratching our
not as
Look
not
at
as
it.
well
This is a-
done.
This is a two-man effort.
Keeps falling
It's like
over,
you're
and
doing
finally, after a while, you guys get aggravated and say, "Ah, screw it."
Well,
So,
it's just
sleeping through the night.
Which two characters are those that did that? Because I'm still not able to put a voice to a character yet. I apologize.
The bard and the barbarian.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So
Shut up.
in Dwarven, I'm talking to Kamala here, going, "What the hell are these guys doing?
Man,
They
these
spent
people-
half an hour putting that up on the door."
And I just slowly turn away from the two at the door and just shake my head.
Wow. All right. As far as I believe we have a order tab here. So 1 was Oswald, 2 was Kamali, 3 was Dathir, and 4 was Daroga. Daniel, just for your information, on the top right-hand corner, you'll see an I followed by some tokens. If you click that, it brings up party sheet, and you can see also marching order and sleeping order.
All right.
So eventually, maybe if they feel comfortable with you, they'll add you into the into the group.
Listen, I have no problem with sleeping the whole night.
I bet you don't. Alright, well, let's find out if anything happens. First watch. Oh, too bad. Second watch. Oh, too bad. Third watch. Oh, too bad. Oh, so sad. Unfortunately, you make it up in the morning without anything happening. Very quiet, peaceful evening.
You spent some time with that cloak in the theater.
Yeah. I'll spend my morning watch, studying the cloak a little bit here while I watch the door.
Alright. It is a +1 cloak of protection. So kind of very similar to
Cool.
ring of protection, but it's a actual cloak.
Mm-hmm.
What does that do for you exactly in 5e? Just 1 AC?
It gives you +1 to your armor class and +1 to your
Saving throws. I
saving
think.
throws. Yeah.
The dex?
Oh wow, the
All
saving
saving
throws
throws?
are handy.
Yeah.
Oh wow, nice.
That's handy.
That's awesome.
Well, at breakfast, I'll discuss that with the party and see if maybe somebody has a gaming set. Perhaps we could have a game and see who comes away with it.
I think whoever rolls the highest should get it.
I was thinking whoever rolls a 1 gets it, right?
That's pretty funny.
Stack this in my favor.
First one to roll over 5 wins.
We might be here all night. I get boisterous.
Wake up, strat time. See, guys, I told you. Anybody around here would know this Naga was here and wouldn't bother. God, that
Look,
force
I found a cloak of how to aim a bow.
Really?
Who's getting the protection cloak there?
I think people should roll for it.
Daroga
Just
says
funny.
he tells everyone, if you give me that cloak and let me wear it, I'll charge it anything that steps your way.
Hey, that works for me.
I'm content with not having it. I'm already tinky enough.
Yeah, we do have an awfully meaty guy here that looks like he could use some protection.
Yeah,
He
you're
does
the
tend
one.
to rage a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Unless, I don't know, I guess, unless someone else has pretty, like I got 15 AC, unless somebody else has worse and they're planning on getting it in melee.
I'm well over that.
That's what I have, but I'm planning on being in a lot less face-to-face battles than you.
Yeah, I gotta be
Hiding
in the
on a
middle of
roof.
this shit.
Yeah, and never let it be said that I don't treat my underlings well. So that looks like a great cloak for you.
All right, it's decided then.
Did you do a rest to clear stuff, by the way?
I will do that right now. Thank you for reminding me. Menu.
She was not talking to me, by the way.
What? I what?
Wow.
People just heard that. That was
Haley,
an out of
shut up.
character. That was an out of character comment.
Wow.
Speak of.
This.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry.
I have given you all a long rest, so if you are a spellcaster, you can double click your Actions tab. Down at the bottom of your Actions tab, you can switch your mode into Preparation and prepare your spells for the day.
Cool.
Andy.
And then, of course, once you're done with Preparation mode, you want to go into... Is it...
Standard?
I think it's Actions. I think you want to change it maybe to Actions. So that way it's easier for you to click your things. All right, so the next morning comes. It's a little bit chilly. There's a little bit of a little bit of frost on the ground. It just dissipates as soon as the sun comes up, and it's kind of a brisk, cold morning. The cloak feels really good to put around your cold body. And actually, we have magical items, but every time I look for them, I can't find them. I'm going to have to get with William and have him explain to me exactly where they are again. He keeps telling me, and I keep looking for them, and I never find them.
We had a ring of protection in the other group, and I think we had to come up with making it in an effect to where it did something like AC 1 and save 1 that never had like an end, but I don't remember how it was. There's got to be like a comma or a semicolon between those two.
Yeah.
We created the effect for them.
I think that's what. Yeah, I think that's what he did. Was if we add a.
They made an action.
I think it was added the power, and then.
Mm-hmm. It was just an effect.
Alright, then you click on this. Man, that's not going to be... It's not doing what I wanted it to do. See, I don't think it was listed as a power. I think it was listed as something else.
Yeah, just like it. Now, can you? Well, I suppose you can't. You also always just add it to effects on the mage page, on the main page, or something like. Let's special defenses, maybe.
Maybe that's where he put it in. This one. Oops.
Yeah, because I know we were able to do that at least under Fori, like how Justin added his necrotic resistance in there.
I know us dwarves would have to like. I don't know if you've done it, but we have poison resist too. I just been making a mental note for it.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll just have to.
Oh, you gotta go to combat calculator right there. The little wind or the magnifying glass beside AC.
Yeah,
so
you can
add it in there.
manually add it in there. But it seems like there ought to be some way to actually find that piece of gear.
Yeah, there is. There's a way to
just deal with it.
Yeah.
Later or now or. Oh, it still doesn't do.
No, because if you ever get removed from the combat tracker, it goes away. You have to add it into the. All right, folks, we're going to bring this first episode to a close, so we will be back next episode here shortly. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.